Okay, so in the last lecture we have started with the number system. Okay, I will start with the lecture now directly. Okay, in last 5 minutes we'll discuss about some other theories. Okay, so have you done the practice of first two topics that we have seen day before yesterday? I have sent you one link where these contents are shared. The PPT is shared. Have you seen that?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think we have uh, gone through the binary and decimal conversion, right? Decimal to binary and binary to decimal, right? Is there
Yes,
any
ma'am.
doubt, students, in this
No, ma'am.
topic?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
मैम
Yes.
मैम इसमें डेसिमल से बाइनरी फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए सेकंड पार्ट में मैम फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट में 2, 5, 10 ऐसे आ रहा है.
कौन से एग्जाम्पल में?
सेकंड एग्जांपल
सेकंड
डेसिमल
एग्जाम्पल.
डेसिमल टू
example?
बाइनरी. डेसिमल टू बाइनरी.
Okay, decimal to binary. This one,
Yes, sir.
0.625.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just wait. Okay. For 10.625. Okay, what is the answer is expected? The answer is expected that is just for this point, for this particular second number, 1010.101. 10.625. What you have to do here? See, integer part is 10, right? Okay, and this 625 is the fractional part. Now, what you have to do? You have to divide 10 by 2, right? Have you done that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you will divide 10 by 2, okay, what will be the bits that you will be getting? Binary form of 10 you will be getting?
1010.
Right, 1010, right? 1010. And for 0.625, what you can do?
Multiply by 2.
Multiply by 2. Okay, just wait. Is my screen, this blank screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the example, right? 10.625, 10. Okay, so you have to convert into binary, right? So for that, what you will do first, you will divide 10 by 10 by 2. Okay. Okay, you have to divide 10 by 2, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So what you will get here at the right side, you have to write the remainder, right? So here 0, right? 2, here 1, then here 0, okay, and then 1. So bottom to up, right? So 1010, right? So for the 10, 1010, this is the binary form, right? Okay, now for 0.625, how you will calculate? For 0.265, you have to multiply by 2, right? Because for the fractional part, you have to multiply. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
So for this, you will get 1.250, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, see here, what we have seen in the rules. When you are considering, when you are getting this result 1.250, you have to just consider it as a 0.250. When you will multiply, when you will do again you will go for the next step. right? So in that case, you no need to consider 1 point, you have to chop it off. Okay.
Okay,
So you have to consider 0.250 here, not 1.250. That one will consider in terms of for writing the result. Okay. So 0.250 multiplied by 2. Okay. So what you will get here? 0.500. Right? Okay. Now for this again you have to multiply by 2. So 0 point, every time you, whenever you will multiply it by 2, you have to consider 0 point. Though you will get the result 1 point, you have to chop it off that 1. Okay. So 500 multiplied by 2. So here what you will get? 1.000, right? Okay. So
Yes,
for
ma'am.
that you have to consider, here you have to consider 1, here you have to consider 0. You have to consider this before decimal. You are getting that binary form 1 or 0. In the form of ones and zeros only you will get, right? So here 1, 0 and 1. So what you will consider here? 1, 0, 1. Okay. 1, 0, 1. In the way you have to consider, so 1, 0, 1. Okay. But now this is the 10.625. So how you will write for this part and this part completely? The answer will be 1010.101. That will be the answer. You got it, students?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just I will show you once more those rules. See here what we have seen. Decimal to binary. For the fractional part, repeatedly multiply the given fraction by 2, right? Accumulate the integer part 0 or 1, okay? But if the integer part is 1, okay, chop it off. And then arrange the integer parts in the order they are obtained. Okay, means in the same order we have to consider for the fractional part, right? So you got it, this point? Is there any doubt in any particular example? I will send you the answers for this.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I had one doubt. Ma'am,
Hmm.
suppose we have to check decimal when we convert from decimal to binary. Ma'am,
Hmm.
suppose we have to check that when we factorize those numbers,
Hmm.
if is it wrong something in that if we want to check, miss, is there any trick in it to check
Achha.
it if it is
See,
wrong?
for the integer part, you can check it directly, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How you can check, reverse check, suppose the number that you got that is 1010, right? Now
Yes,
in this case, if you want to check it whether it is represents 10 or not. So again, binary to decimal like that, 1010, as it is a weighted code. How simply you can consider this represents what? 1, right? This represents 2, this represents 4, this represents 8, right? 1, 2,
yes,
4, 8, 16, 32, like that and so on, right? So 0 means you have to consider, you have to cut it, this one, right? Because of 4 into 2 raised to power 0, so you have to consider, you have to cut it this part also. And from this, 8 plus 2, what is that? 10, right?
yes, ma'am.
So you can do in the reverse way also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so I will send you the answers for these particular examples. Okay. Now we'll start with the octal number system. Okay. So see, in the octal number system, here the number system, binary number system, it is represented in terms of 3 bits. So the group of 3 binary digits are represented by an octal digit. Octal digits, consider the digits in a decimal from 0 to 7, right? Okay. Base or radix is 8. So here you can see at the right side, octal represents the digits, octal digits from 0 to 7, and the binary for this that represents always in terms of 3 bits. Why 3 bits? You have any idea why here 3 bits are considered? In octal, why 3 bits are considered? See students. numbers, it will write, it will take 2 bits, right? It will take the combination of 2 bits, right? 0, 0. If I will take the binary decimal digit 0, for that we can write the binary in 2 bits also, right? 0, 0. If we'll take it for 1, the binary form of that is 0, 1, right? For 2, if decimal is 2, I can write 1, 0. Means 2 bits are sufficient, right? For 3, we can write 1, 1, right? So means with this 2 bits, okay, either 0 or 1, we can form only 4 possible combinations, right? So with 2 bits, 4 possible combinations are possible: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? Now, if we want to write the decimal of 4, in that case, how we can write it? For that will be required 3 bits, right? So after 1, 1, what will be the binary form of 4? Can you tell me?
100.
100, right? Okay, means compulsory here you will be required 3 bits, right? And the octal number system represents the digits from 0 to 7. So if I want to write till 6, 7, I'll be required 101, 110, and then 111. So compulsory 3 bits are required, but for the first till 3, there are 4 combinations, right, for in terms of zeros and ones. So for that, the octal represents the 3 bits, right? So compulsory it is required. So that's what, if we'll consider any particular binary decimal number in terms of 3 bits or 2 bits. If it is 2 bits, we have to just append 0, because there is no meaning if we'll append here 0, right? The decimal will be same. Okay, so it will append at the left side 0. Okay, the decimal number will not change, right? So likewise for that, the octal digits, to consider the octal digits will be required the 3 binary digits. Okay, the next part, that is how to convert from binary to octal. Okay, now for the, again here the same way as you have done for the binary to decimal. Okay, in the same way, again here you have to consider. Okay, now again decimal for the integer part and for the fractional part. Same way, what you have to do? Scan the binary number from right to left. Now let's see, just I will show you directly example for this. See, this is the binary number, right? You have to convert into octal. What you can do, as you know that octal represents 3 binary bits, right? 3 bits. It representation in 3 bits. So what you have to do, as it is already given in the binary form, you have to make a grouping of 3 bits. Okay, you have to make a grouping of 3 bits. But how you will start? You have to start from the least significant bit. This represents least significant bit, right? The rightmost bit. And the leftmost bit, that is known as most significant bit. So you have to start for grouping from the rightmost side. Okay, means from this. What you can see, we have made a group of 0, 1, 1. Here you can see our group of 0, 0, 0 in terms of 3 bits, 1, 0, 1 and 1, 0, 1. And now you have to write in terms of decimal form. Right? So 0, 1, 1. What is the decimal? 3. Okay, for 0, 0, 0. What is the decimal? 0. For 1, 0, 1. What is the decimal? 5. For 1, 0, 1, again 5. So here and now, in this case, if this grouping, it is not possible. Means if only 2 bits are there. Okay, in that case, you have to append 0 at the left side. Okay, for the integer part, right? So 5503 to the base 8. So here we have converted binary to octal. Okay. Now for this next example, what you can see, here the group of 3, here also the group of 3, group of 3. But here you can see only 1, right? In that case, this one, if you will, you have to append two zeros. Okay, if you will append two zeros, the number will not change in decimal, right? So 3-bit representation of 1, decimal 1. So the answer will be 1241. So here two leading zeros are added. Okay, two leading means at the leftmost side. Okay. Now this is for the integer. Now if the fractional part, it is also there after floating point, you can see. Okay, 1000001 and 1. Okay, how to convert into octal? In that case, you have to start for group P from the just after the decimal point. Okay, so from this point you have to start. So 100001, and after that, here you can see only single bit it is there, right? Now for single bit, but here compulsory you will be required 3 bits, grouping of 3 bits. So you have to add two trailing zeros. Okay. So at the rightmost, if you will add two zeros, the number will be 100, right? In that case, you have to consider the decimal of that group, that will be 4. Okay. For this same point, just I will write this example and then I will explain to you. Is there any doubt, students, for this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you understood binary to octal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just you have to make a group of 3. Then the next part, that is octal to binary. Okay. In the same way, now for each and every decimal number, you have to write the binary number in terms of 3 bits. Okay. So translate every octal digit into its 3-bit binary equivalent. Okay. So for this, let's consider this example 1645. Okay, this is in octal. Base 8 means octal, right? Now you have to convert into binary. So for that, what you will do, you have to just write for 1, what is the 3-bit binary form? Just now we have seen 001, right? For 1, what is the 3-bit binary form? 001, right? So 001. Then for 6, what is the binary form? 110. Then for 4, 100, and 5, 101. So this will base of 2. So this will be the binary of this particular number. Now for this number, okay, for this particular number, just wait. Half an hour. To 22.172. Okay. So for this, okay, for the integer part, again in terms of 3 bits, and in the fractional part, again same in terms of 3 bits where it is written. Okay, so it is simple, very simple to understand binary to octal, octal to binary. Only you have to write in terms of 3 bits. 3 bits you have to convert in terms of decimal. Got it, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, in the second example, if we skip the first
Ma'am,
zero,
in the
then
exam,
also
if
the
you are asked
example.
to convert the octal to binary,
Just
octal with the binary,
just wait. See, as these two meets are parallel, so maybe you will speak. In that case, it is not audible to me. So one by one, first one student from A division, you can ask. Is there any doubt from A division? Okay. From B division?
Ma'am, in the second example, if we skip the first and last zero, then also the answer will be same.
Yes, because there is no. In the second example, see here for 22, right? If you will skip this zero,
ma'am. So during the examinations,
yes, you are not audible.
ma'am,
See,
am I audible, ma'am?
yes, yes, you are audible. See, for the
Ma'am, if in
22.
the examination we are asked to convert. Arey, okay, sorry, ma'am.
See, octal to binary means compulsory you have to write each and every decimal number in terms of 3 bits. Means each and every digit. See, this is the complete number, right? But let's, in this particular number, how many digits are there? 4, right? So, how many bits it should be there? 4 multiplied by 3. Here in the answer, there should be 12 bits. Okay, so for 1, you cannot write 1. Though you can write in terms of 2 bits, you can write in terms of 2 bits and you can write in terms of 3 bits. But still you have to write in terms of 3 bits only. Why? Because
Okay,
of this
ma'am.
is the conversion from octal to binary. So if it is specified, you have to convert from octal to binary, compulsory each and every digit you have to write in terms of 3 bits only. Otherwise the answer will change.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. You got it for 22. You can write 1010, but you have to write in terms of 3 bits. So your answer, it should be like this only. In terms here, you should have in the answer compulsory 6 bits for 22.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next, hexadecimal number system. Okay, for the hexadecimal number system, it's same like a octal. Just here, the digits will be considered from 0 to 16. Okay, hexa. As you know, it represents 16. Okay. So how to represent in terms of binary? Here you have to make a group of 4 binary digits. Group of 4 binary digits are represented by a hexadecimal digit. So here you can see at this particular table hexadecimal value. If this is 0, what is the binary form? 0000, right? So you compulsory you have to write in terms of 4 bits. You can see if you will write 2 raised to power 4, how many combinations are there? 16, right? 2 raised to power 3 means how many combinations will be there?
8.
8, right? Yes. So in the same way, you have to consider 2 raised to power 4 means 16. So hex means 16. Means compulsory will be required 4 bits. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, likewise and so on. But after 9, you cannot represent in hex value as a 10. For that, you have to write A. Okay. The hex value for 10, it should be A. You can see after 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? So for that, what is the binary? You have to write the binary of 10 only. What you can see, this is the binary of 10 only, right? Okay. So for 10, this is nothing but 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 0 to 15. Only from 9 afterwards, this you have to consider 10, 11, but instead of that, you have to consider A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? Okay. So binary to hexadecimal conversion. Same way as you have done in the octal, for the integer part, you have to scan the binary numbers from right to left. Okay. Translate each group of 4 bits into the corresponding hexadecimal digit. Add leading zeros if necessary. Okay. Add leading zeros. Okay. Means at the leftmost side. Okay. For the fractional part, scan the binary number from left to right and then translate each group of 4 bits into corresponding hexadecimal digit. Add the trailing zeros if necessary. Okay. See the example for binary to hexadecimal. Okay. Just go through this. What you have to do now? You have to make a group of 4 bits. Okay. You have to start from rightmost side. Okay. First 0, 0, 1, 1, then group of 4, and then group of 4. If the group of 4 is not possible, you have to add the leading zeros. You have to append the zeros at the left side. Okay. So what is the then hexadecimal form for this? This is the binary form, right? You have to convert into hexadecimal, right? So for 0, 0, 1, 1, what is the hex value, the hex value that is 3, right? For this, what is the hex value?
4.
four,
For this, what is the hex value?
B.
B,
Right? You can see for B, 1011. Right? Then, in the same way, second example, but here what is the difference you can see? Here need two more zeros.
Leading
To add, two leading zeros are added. Okay, so here the decimal that represents 2. Now, this is the fractional part. Okay, for the fractional part, what you have to do after decimal point, you have to make a grouping from this point only. Okay, from the start only. Okay, so 1000 and 010. Here you can see only 3 bits. You have to add 0. So that is the trailing 0. A trailing 0 is added. Okay, so the answer is 0.84. Okay, so the base 16. Now for this example. For this example, what you can see here, a group of 3. Here you have to start from this point. Okay, if you will make here only 3 bits are there, you have to add 0. So that will be a leading 0, right? So 0101. What is the decimal form? 5. Point 0101. You have to start grouping from this point after decimal point. Okay, group of 4. After that, here only 3 bits are there. You have to add one trailing 0. And accordingly, you have to write the decimal number for that. Okay, so a leading and a trailing zeros are added. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the next hexadecimal to binary. Translate every hexadecimal digit into 4-bit binary equivalent. In the same way, octal to binary, you have to represent each and every decimal digit in terms of 3 bits. In the hexadecimal, you have to consider each and every decimal digit in terms of 4 bits. So 3A5, okay, to the base 16. What it represents that this is the hexadecimal number. 3A5, this is the hexadecimal number. Why? Because the base is 16. Now for this, how to convert in terms of binary? Okay, in terms of to convert the binary, you have to write in terms of 4-bit binary equivalent. So for 3, what is the 4-bit binary equivalent? 0011. For A, 1010. For 5, 0101. Right? So in terms of 4 bits, you have to represent that digit. So for this particular, here the integer as well as the fractional part. So for the integer part, 12 in terms of 4 bits. Okay, so total 8 bits you can see, right? For 1, 4-bit binary form, for 2, 4-bit binary form, and after that for 3 and for D. Okay, so this is the hexadecimal to binary. Is there any doubt now in the octal to binary, binary to octal, binary to hexadecimal, and hexadecimal to binary? Yes, students?
No,
No, ma'am.
Both divisions, a division? Have you understood this binary number system, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yes. From decimal to, yeah, but in that case you have to divide it by 2 and you have to multiply it by 2. That is something different, no? Right? That concept is different, and by the octal to binary and hexadecimal to binary, or binary to octal and binary to hexadecimal, both are similar. Only the grouping is different, right? But decimal to binary, it's different. Why? Because for the integer part, you have to divide it by 2. Right? So that is little bit different, okay, than this in terms of octal and hexadecimal. So in the number system, these conversions you should know, right? What we have seen initially, binary to decimal, decimal to binary, then octal number system and hexadecimal system. So you should know all these number system and all these conversions. Okay. Okay, these are few examples. I will send you these particular examples. Later you can do the practice of that. Okay. It's just a practice examples. We'll start with the next topic. That is the signed and unsigned binary number representation. See, when we implement the circuits using electronic components like transistors, as we have just now seen, there are 2 bits are considered. Discrete means 2 bits, right? So a transistor acts like a switch, either conducting on or non-conducting, that is off. Okay. So there are billions of such miniature switches in a modern day VLSI chips in terms of whether it is conducting or non-conducting. So can be considered a switch can represent 2 steps. A binary number system also has 2 digits, 0 and 1. Right? So for that, we have to follow some conventions in terms of to understand these digital circuits. So for that, open switch represents always 0 and the closed switch always represents 1. What it means that you will come to know at the time of practicals. Then low voltage, it represents 0 and high voltage, it always represents 1, right? That is nothing but on and off, you can say. Absence of current represents 0 and the flow of current represents 1. Okay? And the absence of light represents 0 and the presence of light represents 1. As this is as our subject only representing digital circuits, so you should know these conventions. Okay, what represents high voltage, what represents low voltage, what is meant by on, what is meant by off. Okay, that always represents in terms of zeros and ones here in the binary number system. Okay, so some conventions followed. Bit, single binary digit. Bit means either 0 or 1, right? Then nibble. Nibble means what? Collection of 4 bits. Then byte. Byte means collection of 8 bits. Okay. Maybe already you know this particular part, but you should know these conventions. And then word means it is a collection of 16, 32 or 64 bits. Okay. So representing the numbers in a binary. So how many distinct numbers can be represented in n bits? Each bit can be in one of 2 steps. If we'll say 2 to the power 1, how many bits will be represented? Only 2 bits, either 0 or 1, right? So total number of possible combinations. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, 2 n terms, 2 raised to power n. Right? That will be the possible combination. If we'll consider 2 raised to power 2, how many combinations will be there? 4 combinations. Right? As we have seen in this particular part. For 2 raised to power 2. Okay, I will show you the example later. Okay, for that part, for one's complement. Numbers can be either unsigned or signed. You know that unsigned numbers and signed numbers. What it represents unsigned numbers means you can say an unsigned number has only a magnitude but no sign. What is the meaning of that? Whenever you are representing any decimal number, right? Any decimal number means suppose I will say 10. In that case, we generally we are not writing or specifying the sign of that particular bit, particular decimal number. Okay, so 10, if I will say 10, by default, it will be considered as a positive 10, right? So that will be the unsigned number. So an unsigned number has only a magnitude but no sign. And a signed number has both the magnitude and also sign. Okay? But that sign, it can be either positive or negative. So unsigned binary numbers. an n-bit binary number can have 2 raised to power n distinct combinations. Minimum 0 and maximum it can be 2 raised to power n minus 1. Right? So for that, if I will say for 3, let's consider here only the example it is given. For example, for n equal to 3, how many possible combinations? 8 distinct combinations are there. You can see 8 distinct combinations from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, right? So means for the n-bit binary form, this is the 3-bit binary form. Okay, for how many combinations you will get? 2 raised to power 3, means total 8 combinations, right? So 0 to 2 raised to power 3 minus 1. 2 raised to power 3 minus 1 means 8 minus 1 means what the value you will get? 7. 7 in decimal. So what you can see, what the last binary representing decimal 111, what it represents? 7. Right? So total possible combinations are here 8. Right? But the last minimum number, it is considered as a 0. And the maximum number, what you can see for 2 raised to power 3, that is 111. And how it is calculated? 2 raised to power 3 minus 1, that is 7. So you can see the binary value of 7 here. Okay. So the number of bits, here it is written, number of bits 8, 16, 32, 64. The range of numbers 0 to 2 raised to power 8 minus 1, 0 to 2 raised to power 16 minus 1. So these many range of numbers will be considered. So always the range of the numbers will be dependent on the number of bits. Okay. See, this already you know, unsigned binary number representation in 4 bits. Right, just now we have seen the hexadecimal number system. In that we have seen this table, the same table it is there, but these are the unsigned numbers. Why? Because here represents default sign, here it is given positive. We are not generally considering the sign whenever we are considering any particular decimal number, right? So these are all the unsigned numbers. From 0 to 15 here it is written, and this is the binary form of that. Okay. So from 0, but here it is written in terms of 4 bits. Why it is given? Because unsigned binary number representation in terms of 4 bits. Okay. Now, actually, we are going to see the main point, that is what is signed binary number representation. That it is there in our syllabus. Okay. What is meant by signed number representation? Okay. See, for the signed integer representation, many of the numerical data items that we use are signed, both positive or negative. So, how to represent the sign? Okay, so for that, there are 3 approaches: sign magnitude, 1's complement, and 2's complement. Okay, for the signed integer representation can be done in 3 ways: sign magnitude, 1's complement, and 2's complement. Okay, what is with my sign magnitude? That we'll see first, because for the unsigned number, sign is not required, only magnitude is there. But for the sign number, both sign magnitude and sign it is there. So just go through this sign magnitude representation. Students, what is the timing of your next lecture? Hello?
10:20.
10:25 or 10:20?
10:25.
10:25. Okay. Just I will take the sign magnitude representation. Okay, this slide, and then we'll stop. So for sign magnitude representation, for an n-bit number representation, the most significant bit, that is MSB, indicates the sign 0, that is positive, okay, and 1, that is negative. And the remaining n minus 1 bits represent the magnitude of the number. So what you can see this particular structure format of sign magnitude representation. So always the first bit, that is the most significant bit, always represents the sign, and the remaining bits that represents the magnitude of the number. Okay. So the remaining n minus 1 bit represents the magnitude of the number. In that case, the range of the number that is minus 2 raised to power n minus 1 to plus 2 raised to power n minus 1. See here, plus 0, all are zeros, minus 0, but what the sign is represent for minus 0? 1. So see, for 0, positive, and 1 means negative. The most significant bit, right? We'll see the examples for that, so you will understand that part. See here, the sign magnitude representation in 4 bits. What you can see here, just go through this table, read this table completely from 0 to minus 7. And tell me your observation from this table. This represents all positive decimal and this represents all negative decimal. And this is the sign magnitude representation of positive decimal and negative decimal.
Ma'am, in negative, the first zero is replaced by a 1.
Yes. So in the positive decimal, here it is written in terms of 4 bits. But here you can see everywhere here it represents 0, right? What this 0 represents sign means it is the positive number, right? But at this right side, what you can see minus 0. What represents minus 0? This 1. Because of this is 1, this is the negative number it shows. So, and so always the first bit in the sign magnitude representation, in the signed integer representation, always the first bit represents the sign. So if you will write this number and you want to check it, what is the decimal of this number? If you want to calculate it, you have to just identify the sign based on this MSB bit, right? So it is the most significant bit is 1. That is the leftmost bit. So means, and after that you have to consider the binary form of these remaining 3 bits. So that is 0. So that's what the decimal, that is minus 0. Okay. In the same way, 1, 0, 0, 1. For that, minus 1. Why minus 1? Because only we are considering the decimal of remaining 3 bits and the first most significant bit, it is used for sign. Okay. So likewise and so on, here it is given till minus 7. Okay. For minus 7 also, here first bit represents the sign and 1, 1, 1. Okay. That represents the 7. So this number representing minus 7 in decimal. Okay, plus 7, it starts with 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, right? 1, 1, 1 representing 7. But before, if that MSB bit is 0 means it will be positive 7. Before 1, 1, 1, if it is 1 means it will be a negative number, right? But if it is specified only that you have to calculate the signed integer representation of this particular number, then only you have to follow this logic. Otherwise, default we are considering the unsigned numbers, right? Okay. So I will stop here. You just go through this PPT once more, okay? And in the next part, we'll start with the ones complement. That will be again same signed integer representation. Okay. So signed integer representation, there are 3 approaches. That is sign magnitude first that we have seen. Okay. The next one, it is the ones complement, and after that, twos complement. Okay. So for that, you should know this sign magnitude representation also. Is there any doubt, students, till this point?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Just wait, I will float one quiz. So you have to solve that. Okay. Based on that only I will consider the attendance. I will just provide the link in a chat box. Okay. Students, I have provided one link